By head coaches, student athletes from Georgia. We're going to begin with an opening statement from coach, and then we'll go to questions.
Yeah, tip your hat to NC State. They came out, they had a big inning. We didn't do a lot of things right that inning. I don't even know how to, go about it. Bunts, this, that, and the other. But hey, here's the great thing about our game. Nothing carries over to tomorrow. Scoreboard goes back to 0-0, and we're going to come out and we're going to be ready to respond.
All right, we'll open up for questions. Raise your hand. I'll call on you. Yeah.
Coach, you've talked several times this year about this team not panicking when things kind of don't go your way. Obviously, another example of that today. How do you think the team will respond now tomorrow?
Yeah, we're just going to come out and play baseball. I mean, that's all you can do. No matter what the situation is, win or lose today, you got to play baseball again tomorrow. And, this game, as I've, talked all year about, is not about panicking. It's the teams who can flow through adversity and just keep staying the course. It's good to see that your guys got some fight without, I know we only scored one run, but there's a couple of guys I thought that were trying to hit 10-run homers up there. That just means they care. That just means that they're trying to get us back into the game. And so, we got outside of our approach a little bit, but especially there after that second inning. But yeah, we'll respond. We'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Just real quick, I guess for Wes, but just going back to that big second inning, what were you seeing there, and was in terms of when you pulled Colton as opposed to earlier or later, that kind of stuff?
You obviously look at the inning. The inning started off with a cap single, right? So it wasn't like you give up a hit that was 100 miles an hour and then bunt, and then another flare, and then so it's like, okay, he's not getting hit hard. I made the comment to couple of my coaches in the dugout. I was, sure, there's been a lot of firsts. I've never given up 11 runs in an inning and not walked a guy or hit a guy. And so you just look to, that's why I said, you got to tip your hat to them in that inning. They hit the baseball, and, they had some things fall in, fly ball out there on the left, kind of dumps. It's baseball, man. And then they got off a couple really good swings in that inning as well, too. I'm not going to sit here and act like they dinked us to death. They got off a couple good swings later in that inning as well. But, at the time, Colton, you're going, okay, he's really not getting hit that hard at this point. It's you're thinking, okay, just keep it. And then as the inning went on a little longer, he missed in the middle of the plate a little too much.
Yeah.
Corey, I know you've had the team's had 2 or 3 games like the score wise. This year I'm thinking about the Texas A&M game, that Saturday game. I know that was a little bit different because y'all had 7, 8 runs or whatever it was in the first, and they came back and won pretty handily. But then after that, y'all were able to bounce back, and that's when y'all kind of started a little winning streak. You guys had. Does experiences like that kind of make you even more optimistic about tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he brought it up in our little meeting after that inning, and Coach said it. He was like, "Look at A&M. We put up some runs and they bounced back." There's no stat on the sheet that says how many guys hit a ball over 100, but I mean, it was quite a bit, I can say. And those balls didn't land. I mean, they still had 20 hits. They hit us, and like I said, it's baseball. Yesterday they fall, and today if they do, it's a little different game. So we just got to keep swinging the bat on good pitches, and they'll fall tomorrow.
Mark, then Jed, then Mike.
Corey, did things kind of snowball defensively in that second inning between like the bunt near the mound and left field, the throw from first? It seems like you guys had some uncharacteristic plays.
Yeah, I mean, we practiced for those, but they just put a little pressure. I mean, that's all you can say, right? Made a couple mistakes. I told Colton, he was like, "What happened there?" I was like, "You just got to get to the base." And the kid was flying down the line. I took Colby a little high, and I mean, I thought he was out, but he was safe, And then again, they still hit. I think it was 1 error, but they still put up however many hits in that inning, and it happens sometimes. You hope to limit it, but you just got to move on, right? And that's the name of the game.
Yeah, Corey and Coach, you mentioned the balls that were hit hard that maybe didn't fall in for you guys. How much confidence do you have in the offensive approach going into tomorrow, knowing you're doing this morning?
Undoubtedly. I mean, we led the country on offense for how long? I'm confident in our guys and putting good swings on balls. I mean, even that last inning, Dre Phelps puts the ball backside and it gets caught. Mine at first base, I don't even know who hit it, but right at second base. And I mean, at that point, we're all just kind of chuckling, like, it's how it's going today. And you can't change it, but you just got to keep putting swings on it. I mean, I try and live by the quote of, you know, you make a barrel, that's good, but getting a hit's a bonus. And we got to live by that.
Yeah, Coach, I know you guys hit the ball decent, but how feels a guy that's been around for a minute? What does that sort of experience mean at this stage of the season?
Oh yeah, I mean the experience is good. I just don't ever think we put it, any pressure on him to see really truly what that, experience, how it would have played out. I mean, I've said for years the best pitching coach is run support, right? So when you're up 11-0, it's a guy like that with that kind of experience typically can carry you into that 6th inning. I think that's where you saw his experience play today. Was he pitched to the scoreboard, which is what good experienced pitchers do.
Marksmanship.
Wes, will you think back or talk to your team about, didn't LSU have a game similar to this last year in Omaha?
Yeah, that was game 2 against. I mean, we got. It happens. You look at. I think maybe Dash brought it up. We've had 4 or 5 of these games this year. It's just. It's where this team is, and that's fine. But I think the resilience we've showed at that next game is. Is what you build off of, and I think you just, as I told our guys, you just have to flush today. I mean, a lot of things. I hadn't seen a ball go off of somebody's helmet with a runner in third, and we're throwing it back to the pitchers. So, I mean, crazy things today.
Chandler, just kind of speaking for the pitchers, that the narrative, and make of it what you will, is that Georgia's a team that hits a lot, but a little shaky on the pitching end. I'm just wondering what the attitude, what the feeling, I don't know if you guys gather separately, is as a member of this staff about, heading into tomorrow and going forward.
Yeah, we're confident. I mean, we have a lot of really good guys that threw today and guys that will throw tomorrow. And I mean, we have plenty of guys. I mean, from our starter tomorrow to into the bullpen. I mean, we have a bunch of really good dudes that the pitching staff has confidence in, and then the hitters also have confidence in it too. And I mean, we've been playing really well as a team, kind of together, and we know the hitters are going to pick the pitchers up tomorrow, and the pitchers are going to pick the hitters up tomorrow for what we can. And like I'm excited to see it happen, and I'm excited to see those guys kind of fight for each other as the spot we're in.
Wes, there's kind of an art form to the mound visits, especially when there's a big inning. You used an early mound visit in that inning. What was the thought process there? And then do you feel kind of hamstrung when you can't go out and slow things down when it seemed like everything kind of sped up on the team?
Oh yeah, the first mound visit, like I say, they gotten the bunt down, then they bunted again. The inning starts with a flare, and you're like, all right, at that point you're just trying to slow the game down back to everybody and say, look, we're going to limit some damage here. We're going to be okay. We can hit. That was just your message. No, once again, you look and it's like Smith was throwing strikes. I can go back to that. I've never been a part of an 11-run inning where we didn't walk or hit somebody. So we're throwing strikes that inning. It was just, they weren't quality strikes, right? And so at that point, you're like, all right, do I want to, the thought in your head is, do I want to break the rhythm of at least the strikes? Maybe we'll get the ground ball. You're always thinking positive and trying to think ahead. Can we get that ground ball? And he executes this a little more out of the middle of the plate. We will, and we never got there.
We got 2 more. We got 4 more. We got 4 more.
Chandler, assuming it's going to be late on the mound tomorrow. We saw in the game against Tech where he comes in the 10th and kind of, as Coach was saying, kind of makes up a little bit for the outing he had, earlier, I guess it was against Army. Knowing him like you do, how do you think he's going to respond tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, he's a competitor. I mean, I have the full confidence in him. I know everyone else on this team does. I mean, he's been a guy here for the past 2 seasons, and I mean, he's got unreal stuff, and he's an unreal competitor. But no matter how the stuff is, kind of to his level, good or not, like he's going to give it all he has, and I mean, that's all. That's what we can ask for.
Coach, just a quick follow-up. Same question about Leighton tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Leighton will be ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Wes. Obviously, you're coaching in the context of supers, a game, and the whole 3 games. Do you feel like your relievers today gave you that best chance to win one of the next 2 games? And in particular, how well did Marsh do, sir?
No, I mean, that's why Chandler's here. I mean, Chandler's put us in a position, to save our pen, and held us, score down. And, anytime you can come in and, I've said for years, there's no manual in the coaching book to overcome your starter getting out, only recording 1 inning. There's no manual on how to I guess, attack the plan after that. Other than you know, you look at your guys coming into the game and say, we need strikes. We need you to go as long as you can and try to hold the scores down as long as you can. And Chandler did that for us. And, you know, that did put us in position to not have to use some other guys today.
This is for players. Coach said you've got to just flush this game. After a tough loss, how do you guys go about doing that and getting the right mentality for tomorrow?
I mean, for me, it's just go see my family. You know, we've been playing this game long enough. We know there's a quick turnaround, and that's the best thing about it, right? It's a first and it's a saving, but I mean, that's what I would do. I'm gonna go see my family, just clear it and enjoy it. You know, I don't know how many days I have left in Athens, so it's all I can really do. You know, and for these guys, just try and have as much fun as I can.
Sorry. I was just saying, just kind of following off that. I mean, we all love playing together, and we all know that. I mean, just because one guy has a tough day and another guy has a better day, like everyone's on the same wavelength. Like we all work together. We had our quick meeting in the locker room, flush it, get ready to go tomorrow. We're gonna know tomorrow at noon we're gonna be ready to go again.